Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Northwestern as the kickoff team on the field as we are about ready to start. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Looking for a productive play on first down. Here's the handoff. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Off the play fake. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that first down.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
And he's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Cougars! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stops at the 14. A first down for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. He's got it again. The Wildcats will move the sticks.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. Running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll leave it with him. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They've been running it, but now the pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll put the tight end in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man quickly. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
They'll try the right side.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Northwestern ready to dial one up on 1st down. To the ground. He's got it again. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Now the play fake. Grab near the marker. It's Gordon. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their 1st drive of the game is working to perfection.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Power football with the run. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And he added the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
To throw, it's Retzlaff. Feeling some heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
This time on target. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
To the air on first down. Throws to the back. And the ball is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
42, Spider. 4-2, ready.
Now they'll run the draw. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Tosses it incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. The give to the tailback. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Motion from the offense. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Trying to find his man on first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Gray. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Got it.
Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Encore. Encore.
They go to the ground. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Okay.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Moves. Ball.
Looking for a gap. It's Porter. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have it.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Northwestern! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them. Oh, picked off. Touchdown, Northwestern! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point is good. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling, lets it fly. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Give to the running back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll go to the ground. Tackle is made after the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
Comes out throwing on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire, now on second down. The give to the back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one play.
They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed, and if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
They'll go to the air. Lets it go to the end zone. And the throw and catch was good, but you got to do it in the field of play, and he couldn't quite keep that foot in bounds.
Well, that was just inches away from being a touchdown. He tried to get his feet down. There was a little toe tap, but just couldn't stay in bounds.
And the D deny them on second and goal. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a...
Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Third down and goal. I want the touchdown. Is it predictable? Do I know he's going under center? Do I know he's going to run a quarterback sneak? Yeah, but guess what? It's still so hard to stop. That's why you see it so much down here in the red zone, especially in situations like this in third and goal when you need it. Touchdown for the offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Throws to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now.
And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Oh, the offensive effort's absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Showing the arm strength down the left side. And more yards after contact. That's a live ball. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Line gets set, first down. On the ground, it's Porter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. They're bringing heat. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, we got to stop the run.
They'll try the run. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. BYU will try to boot it deep to start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Right back to him on the ground. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He's got his man. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Northwestern will have to punt it away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8-ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Retzlaff. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Another incompletion on third down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field. And hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Shakes off the tackler. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
Well, they go with the toss play, and you see the patience this running back has. I love when he has the ball in his hands. He's just able to sort of feel out where defenders are. He's able to see the hole open up. Once he sees it, puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. Nice carry.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. The give to the back. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Slide 22. Slide.
Leaves it with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lang. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14.
Fire!
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And that one would have been picked off if he could have stayed in bounds, and the quarterback will live to tell about it.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And that is a huge play in terms of field position. Nice job by the punter. And how about the Gunners getting downfield to down that ball?
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined.
He is smashing people. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance at coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
The Wildcats with the 1st and 10. They go to the draw. Shakes off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They feed him again. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got his man in the middle. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Okay, ready?
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Easy.
Here's the handoff. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
325.
Northwestern 38, BYU 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break.
Clear. Clear. Ready, go.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And you try to sneak this in here, right? Third down, kind of manageable situation, not too far, not too short, where maybe I can throw the football, but I sneak that draw and their defense said, no, sir, I'm ready for that, stuffs them on the third down.
And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short.
Let's go.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He'll let it go down the right side. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. On the ground with the counter. Keeps the legs moving.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Hands it off. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
Roll it.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Ready?
Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on third down.
29 Philly. 2-9.
They'll try to power their way ahead. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away, got the running back on the ground immediately.
Northwestern will have to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry.
On the ready?
Offense gets set for second down.
Cobra. Ready?
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Running with power. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy. And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've got, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
The give to Davis. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad, or as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet, move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.